Let's go to last night's debate. Some more. Why not? The candidates discussed their plans to solve the border crisis. Watch this.
Our laws are being broken every day at the southern border, every day. And Joe Biden and his crew is doing nothing about enforcing that law.
Let's go back to remain in Mexico policy. Instead of catch and release, let's go to catch and deport.
I favor ending birthright citizenship for the kids of illegal immigrants in this country.
That is why, as Commander-in-Chief, I'm going to use the U.S. military to go after the Mexican drug cartels. They are killing our people.
Senator Ted Cruz, Republican from the great state of Texas, joins us now. Mr. Senator, were you satisfied with any of the candidates' answers? Were they being realistic in suggesting that you can actually deport 5 million people?
Well, Stuart, great to be with you. And let me start by saying nice job last night. It was a rowdy evening. I thought you did a very nice job. It was not an easy task. And if you get lonely and miss it, I'll try to yell over you if that helps helps bring you back to the debate stage.
Bring it on, Senator.
Look, I thought all of them, when it came to illegal immigration, the ideas they put out there, that they're reasonable steps, that there's really one very simple step that is critical, which is follow the damn law. What has caused this crisis is we have a president, in Joe Biden, who refuses to follow the law, who utterly defies the law. You know, Joe Biden came into office 2.5 years ago, and he inherited incredible success. We had the lowest rate of illegal immigration in 45 years. And all Joe Biden had to do was not screw it up, just continue to follow the law. And his very first week in office, he halted construction of the border wall. He reinstated the disastrous policy of catch and release, and he pulled out of the incredibly successful Remain in Mexico agreement. That is what caused this border crisis. And the challenge right now, our constitutional system is not designed for a president who ignores the law and refuses to follow it. You know, you look back to Barack Obama. I'm not a fan of Barack Obama, to put it mildly. But on immigration, by and large, he followed the law. Other than DACA, he followed the law. He deported millions of people. In fact, remember, the left got very mad at Obama. Yep. They called him the deporter-in-chief. What Joe Biden is doing is when they apprehend someone, they give them a court date sometime years in the future, they let them go, and the vast majority of them are never seen again. You cannot solve the border crisis unless you enforce the law. And I actually think any of the candidates on that stage would enforce the law in a fundamentally different and more real way than Joe Biden is doing.
Senator, forgive me for digressing, but I think it was you who suggested that the Democrats are in such trouble that by next year they will have ditched President Biden and parachuted in Michelle Obama. I believe it was you who said that. Mm-hmm. Any further comment?
Well, yes, I talked about that at length. As you know, Stuart, I do every week a podcast, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's called Verdict with Ted Cruz. Yeah. And about 2 weeks ago, I did an entire podcast on exactly this topic, that we're seeing more and more Democrats getting nervous about Joe Biden. We're seeing more and more members of the corporate media, places like the Washington Post and CNN, getting nervous about Joe Biden and throwing out trial balloons about that he's too old, that he's not up to it mentally, and also getting worried about the mounting evidence of corruption from Joe Biden. And I laid out, I think the odds have risen dramatically that at the convention next summer, the Democrats decide to dump Joe Biden and to parachute in instead Michelle Obama. I think she's the only person who could come in without infuriating all of the other Democrats waiting in the wings. And I got to say, if they do that, I think it would be profoundly dangerous.
Okay, I've got to get this one in. Last week, it was all the talk in the Senate. The dress code went casual. That's been reversed. Senator Fetterman made a joke about it. But back to the original. Is this a slam on Schumer, who proposed the dress code change in the first place? It's been reversed.
Oh, look, of course it is. It was idiotic when Schumer changed the dress code. We have dressed in formal attire on the Senate floor since literally the dawn of the Republic, since the beginning of our nation. And I found it bizarre when Schumer changed the dress code. He did it because of one senator, John Fetterman, who didn't want to wear a suit. I can tell you the other 99, all of us were going to wear a suit and tie, or if you're a woman, the professional equivalent of a suit and tie. And it was just weird. It showed a disrespect from Schumer for the institution of the Senate. It showed a disrespect for the role of the Senate. And so I'm very glad that unanimously we reversed it. It was a dumb idea, and now it's a dumb idea that's been reversed.
We're going to leave it right there. Mr. Senator, always a pleasure. Thanks for being here, sir. See you again soon.
Thanks, Stuart.
Yes, sir.